You have the money in the bank. You've worked hard, you've saved, but the moment you applied for that home or that dream car, the bank said no. It's frustrating, right? You feel like you're doing everything right, but your FICO score is stuck in the mud. Most experts tell you to just wait, but in 2026, waiting is losing. Here is the credit sweep method that actually works this year. We're moving past the myths and showing you how to force the bureaus to update your life. Part 1. The invisible wall. Why you're actually stuck. Most people think a credit score is a snapshot. You pay a bill, the score goes up. Simple, right? Wrong. As we move through 2026, lenders have shifted to trended data. They aren't just looking at what you owe today, they're looking at your trajectory over the last 24 months. This is why your score is stuck. If you've been debt recycling, using one card to pay another, the new AI algorithms see that as a red flag, even if your payments are on time. The biggest reason you're stuck? Ghost errors. Statistically, 1 in 3 Americans has an error on their report. We're talking about zombie debt, old collections that should have fallen off but were sold to a new collector who refreshed the date. Or perhaps it's a thin file issue, where you have the money but no credit mix. Emotional check? It feels like the system is rigged against you. You're being judged by a computer that doesn't know you lost your job for 2 months in 2024, or that you had a medical emergency. But here's the practical truth. The algorithm doesn't have feelings, it has rules. If you play by the new 2026 rules, you can win. The first step to fixing this in 30 days is realizing that disputing isn't enough anymore. You need a sweep. A sweep isn't about lying, it's about aggressive verification. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if a bureau cannot verify every single piece of data, including the exact date and amount within 30 days, they must delete it. Most of these collection agencies have terrible record keeping. We're going to use that to your advantage. Part 2. The 30-Day Credit Sweep Framework. Here is the practical, step-by-step 30-day framework. Days 1 to 7, the audit. Do not use free apps that only show you 2 bureaus. Go to annualcreditreport.com or a premium tri-bureau service. Look for inaccuracy triggers. Is your name spelled 3 different ways? Is an old address from 5 years ago still listed? Delete them. Why? Because bureaus use names and addresses to link you to old negative accounts. If the address is gone, the link breaks, making the negative account easier to delete. Days 8 to 20, the verification attack. Instead of using the dispute button on an app, which often waives your right to a manual investigation, send a physical validation of debt letter. Ask the creditor for the original contract with your signature. In 2026, many debts are sold via digital spreadsheets. The actual paper is often lost. If they can't produce it in 30 days, the law is on your side. Days 21 to 30, the rapid recharge. While the bureaus are sweating over your letters, you need to lower your reported utilization. Here's the pro tip. Find out your statement closing date. This is not your due date. It's the day the bank snaps a photo of your balance and sends it to the bureaus. If you pay your balance down to 2% 3 days before the closing date, the bureau thinks you barely use your credit. This can jump your score 30 to 50 points overnight. This isn't just about numbers, it's about your freedom. It's about not having to ask permission to buy a home or start a business. It's about taking the power back from the 3 big bureaus who have been profiting off your data for years. Part 3. Advanced Tactics, the Authorized User Jet Fuel. If you need a massive jump and your file is just thin, we use the Authorized User strategy. This is the closest thing to a legal cheat code in the U.S. credit system. If you have a family member with a card that has a $10,000 limit, a 10-year history, and a 0 balance, and they add you as an authorized user, that entire 10-year history clones onto your report. However, in 2026, you have to be careful. The new FICO models can distinguish between a purchased AU trade line and a family one. To make this work, the address on your ID should match the primary cardholder's address for at least 1 billing cycle. Next, let's talk about credit mix. If you only have credit cards, the algorithm thinks you're a one-trick pony. Add a credit builder loan. These are accounts where you pay, say, $25 a month into a savings account, and they report it as a secured installment loan. You're not spending money, you're moving it from one pocket to another, while the bureaus cheer you on. Why does this matter? Because once you hit that 740 plus mark, you enter the world of Credit Card Rewards 2026. You stop paying interest and start getting paid to travel. You get the 5% cash back, the sign-up bonuses, and the premium perks. You move from being a victim of the financial system to being a master of it. Fixing your credit in 30 days is a sprint, but maintaining it is a marathon. It requires you to look at your finances not with fear, but with the cold, calculated eyes of an investor. You aren't just a score, you are a business, and your credit is your reputation. If you're ready to stop being stuck and start building a legacy, hit that like button and subscribe. I've put a free 30-day checklist in the description below to help you start your sweep today. Comment 750 if you're taking action. Let's get to work.